Good morning and welcome to the Parents Program Radio Show. We're broadcasting live from Summer Orientation Session 3. We have a large group of parents with us this week from all over the country and around the world. So welcome.
Thank you, Christy. And I'm Daryl DeLuca, one of the Assistant Dean of Students at Boston University. And while we are broadcasting live from Session 3 of Summer Orientation, we do this 8 times during the summer. And we're thrilled that you were able to join us or able to view it at some future date. Today's topic is staying healthy keeping healthy.
Absolutely.
And do you want to say a word about our guests?
Sure. We have some wonderful resources on campus and we want you to know about them. So we're going to start off with Carrie Landa, who's our Director of Behavioral Health Services at Boston University Student Health Service Center. So that will be our first guest on the show.
And our second guest is Karen Goyette, who's our insurance coordinator, also from the Student Health Services at Boston University. And the great thing about these folks in Student Health Services is that whether you're seeing this now or in July or any time this fall, you can actually reach out to them at any time. Visit their website and they'll give you information about how to reach out and answer all those kinds of questions.
Their website is a great resource, but we certainly know that there's a lot of questions when it comes to staying healthy and insurance matters, so we thought it was important.
And I think parents oftentimes get so ratcheted up about this whole insurance thing because keeping healthy is not only your priority for your sons and daughters and sons, but it's also for Boston University's priority to keeping students healthy. And there are enormous ways to keep healthy on campus. We've actually picked some pieces of fruit out today so that we can even have healthy eating, but Sergeant's Choice and dining option is another whole radio show.
Very true, and also the Fit Rec Center and all the ways to stay healthy with exercise on campus. So this is just the start.
Yes. So should we have our first guest on?
I think we should, Daryl. Well, welcome Carrie Landa to our radio show. And Carrie, we're going to have you join us right in the middle here.
Dr. Lander.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. You are a guest, a second or third appearance on the radio show.
Yes, second.
Welcome. Dr. Carrie Landa, the Director of Behavioral Medicine at Boston University. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. Again, my name is Dr. Carrie Landa. I'm the Director of Behavioral Medicine here. I am a psychologist, but I work with several psychologists, psychiatrists, psychiatric nurses, social workers, and mental health counselors, all of which provide mental health care to the students here at Boston University.
And welcome to Session 3.
Thank you.
I was telling you that I heard you speak to the parents yesterday, and you really introduced the whole behavioral medicine concept for those folks who don't know it as the university's counseling center.
Exactly.
Say something about that.
So behavioral medicine is kind of a newer name that counseling centers might be called, but typically what we do is, like I said earlier, provide treatment for students with mental health issues, and treatment could mean therapy, or it could mean medication management, or it could mean helping them access care in the community.
Wonderful. Resources are available free to students, or do they have to pay for these services?
Behavioral medicine services are free at the university. We do not, students aren't charged for visits.
Free, complimentary, no charge. Very, very important.
Very important.
As we talk about services, Carrie, can you tell us what some other services are available at the Student Health Service Center?
Sure. So Student Health Services is comprised of primary care, behavioral medicine. We have a sexual assault response and prevention center, and we also have a wellness and education department. So our office primarily does mental health services, but our primary care department offers full service primary care for students who are needing treatment, intermittent treatment while they're here at the university. Our sexual assault response and prevention center offers student support when they might be experiencing interpersonal violence, sexual violence, or any sort of community violence also. And then our Wellness and Prevention Office does work in the community to promote wellness, just like you are. Does outreach as well for the campus.
That's fantastic. So parents should rest assured that while their sons and daughters are at Boston University, you guys really serve as their doctor on campus or medical facilities.
Exactly. So when a student does come to BU, if they have ongoing healthcare needs that they've been managing with their doctor at home, we really work with the students to help them get that set up here either at BU, and if it's warranted to have a higher level of care, we work with them to get access to care in the community.
And does Boston University have any access or rapport or representation with medical centers in the area?
Absolutely. So Boston University Medical Center, which is BMC, is less than 2 miles down the road from us. We have excellent relationships with all the specialty departments and can get students in really quickly.
Fantastic. That's reassuring.
The students that come on campus, the folks that you see, are they referred to you by who? Or how do they end up landing on your docket?
Yeah. So some of the students might come to college with pre-existing mental health issues and have been advised by their current treaters to reach out to us. Other students might wind up coming to us because they might have come to a professor or to the Dean of Students office saying that they're struggling, and then a quick phone call is made and we'll get them help.
And how long can a student see your folks, clinicians?
Sure. So we don't offer long-term treatment. We only offer brief treatment at our center because there's over 32,000 students here. So what we do is, like I said earlier, work with the students and see them for as long as we need to stabilize them, and then we help them access care.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any advice for parents that you want to give in terms of having a son or daughter come to Boston University that may be a little bit ridden with either anxiety or stress, or has had a bout with depression in the past?
Sure. I think knowing resources is really important. Being in touch with your son or daughter, knowing what the signs are of when they're struggling, and encouraging them to reach out. Sometimes it's not about accessing mental health care or a doctor. Sometimes it's about socializing. Sometimes it's about engaging with your classmates or speaking with your professor to decrease some of your anxiety.
And this theme is staying healthy, and it's not only mental health, but physical health. And sometimes I tell students, get some exercise, go to the gym, take a walk, find a mentor.
Absolutely.
It can be enormously successful in terms of their academic success and getting them back on track, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good advice.
How do we find you? How do we find your website and shop website?
Sure. www.bu.edu/SHS. Our phone numbers are all right on the back of their Terrier cards, on the back of their BUID, to make appointments that way, or you could do it online as well.
And SHS is Student Health Services, and your location is at for walk-ins?
881 Commonwealth Avenue, right next to the Fit Rec.
And if someone forgets your phone number, where can they find it at Boston University?
On the back of their ID.
On the back of their identification card. So many students come to us and say, how do I get a hold of the Student Health Services of the Crisis Center? And I say, take out your wallet and turn your Boston University ID card, Terrier card we call it here, over, and there it is.
Easy enough.
So Carrie, as a mom, I have to ask you this. Sure. What if your son gets sick in the middle of the night and he's got a high fever and he's really ill? What can he do? Other than call mom.
Other than call mom.
Right?
So we have 24-hour coverage. All of our clinicians cover our on-call for emergencies. So we have primary care providers as well as a nurse line for students who might be experiencing a high fever in the middle of the night or some stomach distress. And we also have psychiatric emergencies covered by our behavioral medicine staff. And those numbers are the same numbers the students would call to make an appointment, right on the back of that BUID.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ease my mind.
And Carrie, Dr. Landa, all of your scenarios and interactions with students are completely confidential.
100% confidential.
Talk about confidential, and when a parent wants to follow up with the doctor, son or daughter's doctor, about what they said or what they learned. Talk us through that.
We can only provide information to parents, professors, anyone around the university if we have a release of information from your student, from your son or daughter. So essentially,
In writing.
In writing, it has to be a signed release. So a patient has to agree for us to be able to release any information, and we take that very seriously here at BU.
Of course.
That's very, very valuable. And sometimes students provide that release generously, and sometimes they don't, and we have to respect that at all times.
Absolutely.
So we want to make that a really sort of highlighted point that students who come to behavioral medicine at Boston University come under strict confidence, and it's like a regular patient-doctor relationship.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. Parting words before we leave.
Best of luck, and you know where to find us.
Stay healthy. We're going to take a short break now. Again, Dr. Carrie Landa, Director of Behavioral Medicine at Boston University Student Health Services. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Carrie.
Did you just say that?
Okay, welcome back. Again, I'm Daryl DeLuca, and I'm joined by...
I'm Christy Loring, the Associate Director of the Parents Program. Welcome to the second half of our radio show.
And we're thrilled to have with us today Karen Goyette, who is the
Insurance Coordinator.
Insurance Coordinator. Thank you very much,
You're very
Christy.
welcome.
Insurance Coordinator at Student Health Services at Boston University. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
Karen's not only a university employee and an expertise on insurance, but she's also a mom and a mom of 2 Boston University graduates, 2 sons.
Congratulations, Karen.
Tell us their names and tell us when they graduated.
Matt graduated from SMG in '09.
Question now? Now question?
Question,
Oh, right.
yes. And Michael graduated from COM in '11.
Fantastic, recent graduates.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely. So talk to us a little bit about insurance. We get a lot of questions and concerns from
do.
parents about insurance. Is it mandatory that their students have to have insurance coming to Boston University?
Yes, it is mandatory. All full-time students are given that, are charged for the student health insurance. They can waive it if they have adequate insurance, or they can keep it.
And is there a BU medical plan that exists?
Yes, there is. It's through Aetna. We offer 2 plans, a basic and a plus plan. And again, all full-time students are automatically enrolled in that plan. If they don't want it, they would have to waive out of it.
Okay. And how do they waive out of it if they decide that this is not the route they want to go?
They can go to Student Accounting Services website, and there's a checklist to see if they have adequate insurance.
Okay.
And if they feel they do, then they would go to their student link and fill out a waiver.
So if they don't go with the BU insurance, will they still be seen at Student Health Services?
Absolutely, yes. All full-time students can come in and see a provider. There's no charge for the office visit. That's for all students.
Very good to
So
know.
never a fear from a parent or a relative that a student cannot walk into your facility and talk with someone.
Absolutely, all full-time students, anytime.
And Karen, did you say there are no co-pays
No co-payment, no charge for the office visit.
for the office visit? Okay. Thank
What
you.
happens if a student, for some reason, is involved in some sort of accident, he trips and falls, or skateboarding accident, or is skiing in Vermont with some of our student clubs and organizations, and breaks a leg?
Well, if he has the student insurance, he's all set. He'd just go to the nearest emergency room. If he were back here in Boston, then he may stop at the health center and then be referred out to Boston Medical Center or another area hospital. If they have private insurance and it's not an emergency, that's when they'd want to know where they can go. You know, they'd have to have an idea of where they're covered.
I see. Okay.
Parents are probably wondering about, how do I know if our own coverage that we have for our family is accepted or covered by Boston University? I'm sending my son and daughter off to Boston University. We live in California or Seattle, and we're concerned to make sure that they have appropriate insurance coverage.
What I always tell parents is to call your insurance company and tell them, my son or daughter is going to Boston to school, how will he be covered in Boston? Because in the end, it's your insurance company that's going to pay or deny the claim.
Sure.
So go to the source.
Okay.
Very good advice.
So they should contact their individual insurance company and make sure that there is appropriate coverage for their son or daughter attending Boston University.
In Boston.
In
yes.
Boston,
Yep.
exactly. Okay. And is there any riders that you can put additional insurance, or is that necessary? Or there are different levels of insurance?
There are 2 levels, a basic plan and a plus plan. The plus plan is just a little more coverage than the basic plan. I would say most undergrad students go with the basic plan.
Okay. Good.
And to sign up for is it an automatic enrollment?
It is an automatic enrollment. So all students enrolled in full-time program are enrolled in the basic plan.
Okay.
They can stay with the plan, waive out of the plan, or upgrade to the plus plan. And all of that has to be done by September 30th. That is the deadline.
30th. Okay, that's a very important deadline to
Yes,
be
yes,
aware
it
of. And I certainly noticed on your website that you go through all of this in great detail. Your website is a very good resource for parents and students as they make these important decisions.
That's correct. Yep.
You want us to talk about that, state that, Karen, that website, specifically where folks can get additional information about insurance? There must be probably an icon or a tab that students can click on.
Well, there is a lot of information on Student Health Services website about insurance. There's a couple of great tools on Student Accounting Services website as well.
Good.
There's, as I said, the checklist, and there's also a comparison of the two plans, the basic and the plus, and what the coverage is.
Wonderful.
So that, if they go to Student Accounting Services website and click on medical insurance.
Okay, great. And the Student Health Services website again is www.bu.edu/SHS, and that stands for Student Health Services. I know a lot of parents that I speak to during the course of the time are always concerned about insurance, and we try to say to them, just relax, you're going to get coverage, we're not going to turn anyone away, and once they select the Boston University Health Insurance Plan, how do they pay that invoice, or do they get
That
billed
becomes
directly?
It's part of the tuition bill. It's right there
okay.
on the tuition bill.
So it's itemized right on your tuition
Yes.
bill, and then folks pay it accordingly whenever it's due.
Yep.
And what's the best way, Karen, to get a hold of you guys, or if folks have a really specific question about insurance and they want to make a quick call-in? Will folks call your office?
Absolutely, yes.
Give us the phone number and maybe an email address.
Okay. So the email address is kgoyette, Goyette, @bu.edu. And my direct line is 617-353-3579.
Karen, I think you're going to get a lot of phone calls and emails now. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
You're
Karen. We
welcome.
really appreciate you joining us today, and we are also enormously thankful for the parents who are going to be calling into you and into Student Health Services to talk about insurance and ask their specific questions. So,
Absolutely.
again, enormous appreciation for joining us on the Parents Radio Program broadcast today, and thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Karen, it's great to have
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay? And we'll wrap it up. Okay, so sadly, this radio broadcast for session 3 goes by so fast, Christy.
Sure does, Daryl.
We have almost 500 students joining us at Boston University this week, and a little over 300 parents, and we won't be back until session 4, which is the second week in July. So we hope that you are enjoying our radio broadcast, and we'll tune in again for future broadcasts. Thank you very much, and join us.
Thank you.